4 miles outbound, and then we'll swim back around and do it again. And Skyhawk 361 maybe. From on completion of the hold, expect to do the VOR runway 26 into Lake in the Hills. Roger, expect the VOR 26 in the Lake in the Hills from 1 Lima uniform. Alright, so let's start briefing it. I'm looking at the Alpha Lima 5154 approach plate. For VOR 26 in the Lake in the Hills, it's valid. Let's get the frequency set in here for the VOR, the northward VOR. Tune that in. It's identified. And we can't put it in the GPS just yet for the distance. And then the approach course is going to be a 269. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit my heading bug there. We're going to hold that while we switch to this. I'm going to put in my heading of 269. We're going to have a from indication. Go back to the CDI, and we're back on course. Same runway, or the runway length actually is going to be different. It's going to be 3,419 feet. Get a little high, so fix it. Touchdown zone elevation is going to be 887. Local altimeter setting is obtained on Cfi-a. Missed approach is going to be climbing 1900, then climbing right turn to 2500. Heading a 130 and OBK VOR DME 269 radial Hazel intersection 11.6 DME and hold. Okay, we already got the frequencies punched in. Coming up on 4 miles. Alright, so no lower than 2400 until Hazelet, which is 11.6 DME from the VOR. And then after Hazelet we can go down to minimums, which we're landing runway 8 today. We're going to be circling at 1380. There's 4 miles. A little over 4 miles, but oh well. Standard right turn inbound. I'm going to set my minimums in while we're in the turn. 1380 for minimums are set. We're going to keep the timer up because we need the time, because it's going to be 1 minute and 8 seconds as I missed approach. If it's either so 16.3 is going to be our first way of knowing when we go missed. And if we lose our DME at some point, we have the timer, which is going to be 11.8 or 3.8 minutes, or 3 minutes and 8 seconds for us to go missed off the approach if we do not break out. Here, let us intercept all the way. I have to change the settings so we can break out this time around. Okay, it should be applied. So we should break out at the end of this approach if I do it right. So we're going to resume the approach. So we're resuming our hold. Alright, so Hazelet is our final approach fix. No lower than 2400 until that. Chicago approach, or Sky 361 leaving uniform. Upon completion of the hold, join the final approach course for the VOR 26 into the VOR 26 circle 8 into Lake in the Hills. Roger. Upon completion of the hold, we'll join the final approach course for the VOR 26 into Lake in the Hills. So I'm just cruising along here, doing our hold. 1 mile to go. And there goes Cfi-a. We're going to get prepared to join the final approach course for this. 1 lane uniform, turn left heading 240. Roger, left heading 240 for 1 lane uniform. Broke that. Alright, can you continue our approach? Alright, we got our distance on the OBK down here on the left. We hit procedure. Select approach. With 3 Charlie Kilo, we're doing the VOR26 vectors. Activate. Okay, so here's the GPS overlay. Alright, so we're intercepting now. We are established. Sky 361 leaving uniform. See that you're established on the approach. Cleared for the VOR26 in VOR26 circle 8 into Lake in the Hills. Roger. 361 leaving uniform is cleared for the VOR26 circle 18 or circle 8 into Lake in the Hills. So that means now that we're cleared for the approach, we can descend to 2400. We're 1 mile from Hazlet. After that, we have to pretty much cut the throttle to get down to altitude in time. Because this is a very steep approach. Alright, so we're 0.8 away from Hazlet. We're at 11.0 at the moment. So 0.6 now. Full rich on the mixture. Alright, final approach point. Gear down, if we had gear. Down to minimums, which is going to be 1400. Or really, it's 1380. Altitude. But I can't set that any lower than the G1000. Yeah, so I just pretty much idled the throttle. Maybe just a little bit of throttle in now. Probably about 1600 RPM will do it. Alright, this is 16.3. So we're watching for 16.3 down here in the bottom left. And we're clear switch advisory. Lake in the Hills traffic, stack 361 leaving uniform on the RNAV, 26 circle 18. We're about 5 miles from the field, Lake in the Hills. Hopefully I just turned the lights on. Coming up on minimums, 100 to go.
Minimums.
Alright, we've broken out. But now we want to stay. So we want to stay at minimums until we get the airport in sight. So let's try again to dip down into minimums. Alright, we're 1 mile away from the missed approach point.
Minimums. Minimums.
I got the airport in sight. So what we're going to do is we're going to stay below minimums because that's where the clouds were. And we're going to get configured to land. Gear is down. We're going to keep this approach very tight. Alright, below 85, 10 degrees of flaps, 1500 RPM. 20 degrees of flaps. I'm just going to go full flaps at this point. We are low. Put some power in, way slow. We want to get no lower than 60. Anything below 60 knots, we're going around. Got a visual on the airport.
Leaving altitude.
Lake in the Hills traffic, Sky 361 leaving from final runway 8, Lake in the Hills. Alright, now my landings are not going to be the cleanest of this thing because it does not handle anything like an airplane. There's no feedback, that's why I struggle. And we're down. Let's clear the runway. And we're clear the runway. Lake in the Hills traffic, Skyhawk 361 leaving from clear runway 8, Lake in the Hills. Alright, that was the VOR and the localized, or the RNAV 8 and the VOR 26 into Lake in the Hills. If any of you guys are double eyes or instrument students or instrument rated pilots, please let me know if you guys have any critiques for me, because this is a practice for me. This is not by any means flight instruction. I'm not certified to teach instrument students, therefore I'm just here getting practice in. So please let me know. Thanks for watching. Take care and have a great day.